Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, I've got a bit of a mess about day, organising a few things and checking a few things over and getting stuff ready to continue with the Enfield and the RM, and I've got some little bits and bobs to do as well. I've got an Husqvarna coming in later on today. A friend of mine wants it serviced, all changed, brake pads and all that doing, because he's using it this Sunday, so I've got to jump straight onto that when that turns up. So yeah, I've got a bit of a mess about day. I think the linkage has arrived for the RM as well. Well, I've got a box, I presume it's that. As you know, the old linkage, we found out that it's not too healthy with the way that bearing was sitting in there. I see in the comments people had suggested, why don't I get it sleeved and things like that, welded up, machined out. You know, there's all sorts of different ways where I possibly could have done it, but for the price I've paid for the only one I found on eBay, it probably would have cost a lot more than that. And then there's the thing of having to go out and, you know, find a machine shop, talk to someone at a machine shop and get it all organised. The length of time to get that job done would have took quite a chunk out of my day. And then obviously, yeah, the setup costs and then doing the job, it probably would have worked out more expensive than what I've paid for the second-hand one I found on eBay. But yes, it could be done. But to me, sitting here, clicking by it now on my phone, and it arrives in the post was far better and sorting all that out and try and get it sleeve machined or whatever somewhere else, travelling into town and finding a machine shop and stuff like that. Bang a button on the phone, it arrives in the post. I've got a job to do with the van. You see a great big battery sat here. Oh, I've had some nightmares with the van. It still needs an MOT. This has been ongoing for ages. To be fair, I've been so busy and I've not really needed the van, so I've sort of put it on the back burner. But I've got to get it done. I have got to get it done. So there's a bit of a story behind that. As you can see, yeah, I've got a nice new battery. When I got back from our little road trip, the van was completely flat. No, that's me, not the van. Flat. And I charged it up and the battery was still very, very weak. It was still cranking the van over very slowly. So yes, new battery time, especially, you know, let's face it, the cooler weather's only around the corner, and if a battery's weak, that'll completely finish it off. And the main reason why I've changed the battery and not going to risk the old one is this. This is off the van. This is the airbag module. It's a very common fault or problem with these vans. The Peugeot, well, is the other one, the Citroen and the Fiat, isn't it? They're all the same van. Well, this module's got Fiat on it and my van's a Peugeot. So apparently this can happen with a weak battery and it throws the airbag light on. I don't know, something goes wrong in here, it thinks it's had a crash or whatever it does, and the airbag light comes on and you cannot get it out. You can plug all the diagnostic equipment into it, you cannot turn the airbag light off. This module has to come off and go away, and it has to be sorted out, well, by someone who can. So I'm off to Kettering tomorrow morning to take this to a guy, and he's going to sort it out so it gets rid of the airbag light, and I can get all my vans sorted and MOT'd. So yeah, it's all going on. It's very, very, very busy as normal. I like it. Anyway, let's have a look in this box. Fingers crossed that this linkage is going to be okay. If it is, I'm going to get it all cleaned up because it is second hand, and get everything ready to put the back end in the RM. So let's quickly get in here then and see what we've got. Hopefully, oh, something's fell on the floor. In fact, I'll pick that up because it is a blade. I don't want the dogs hurting themselves. Yeah, hopefully it's all good and we can just give it a clean up and get it on the bike. Bloods MX breakers. Please be okay. Oh, that's looking a lot better. And what we've got, this is where it all gone wrong on the other one. And that looks like a round hole, not an oval hole. So that's good. That's a win. So yeah, this was 60 quid. And I think to get all that sorted, I think I would have struggled getting it all done for that. You know, maybe some old boy in his garden shed who's got the equipment probably would have done it for that. But like I say, the time to find all that out, find someone who can do it, take it to whoever can do it, wait for them to do it, then have to go out again and collect it when I've just clicked the buy it now button on my phone and this arrives in the post. So yeah, to me, that was the best option. Anyway, let's grab the bearings and see how they look. And if they look like they're going to be okay, I'm going to tidy this up and give it a real thin layer of silver paint. Straight away, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. I think I can solve this one though. Bearing don't fit. I don't quite know what's going on here. So this bearing kit is for this bike. 100% it is. All the other bearings, let's run through this. There's the old one, right? The problem we've got with the old one, the hole is completely out of shape. It is basically oval. So bearings, the new bearings, this is the new linkage, well, the new old linkage. They're spot on. That one's spot on. That's the right size to press in. In fact, yeah, that's right. And then these ones, this has two, one each side. Perfect. The right size to press in. And the one that's got to go there, yeah. Why? Why is that happening? But it's extra work, but I can deal with this one myself because that hole is round and not completely worn out and gone out of shape. I can make a sleeve for that. I don't know why. I don't know why that's occurring. I really don't. I have no clue. Like I say, let's put the new bearing in there a minute. As you can see, that's our problem with that one. It actually sticks into that one. Oh, I don't know. Like I say, with the one that's just come, because the hole is round, I can make a sleeve for that. No problem at all, and that's what I'm going to have to do. I can't mess about anymore. I'm just going to have to do it. See, with the old one, I haven't got facilities to weld that up with alloy. So yeah, I'm just going to have to make the best out of a bad situation now. And I think I can solve it. So let's just get cracking and see what I can sort out. This is a boatload of extra time on the job that we could have done without, really. But hey-oh, it's got to be done. So let's get stuck in. Right, moving forward a little bit. This insert that I'm making has got to be so thin. It's ridiculous. I'm just trying to get full concentration with this little pea brain of mine so I don't mess this up. So I am sort of head down focus, skimming forward a little bit, but you can see where we're going. The hole size is right. But we've got to get the wall thickness. Yeah, I think it's about like a piece of paper. But if I get it, if I manage it, it's gonna work. So I'm gonna carry on. I'll be back with you in a couple of seconds. I don't know how long for me. Hopefully we'll have something that fits. We'll see. Maybe one of them moments. Go out and get some fresh air and walk away for a minute. Right, I was just trying something out, so I turned it down and it weren't quite going on, so close. But I'll warm the alloy up a tiny little bit and it went on. And it's on all right. It's stuck there, so I can't part that off properly no more. That is solid. So this is probably all going to look a little bit savage. I'm gonna have to run the axle through that and then trim it off. At least it's in there. And he heated it up a little bit, mind you, that's all it takes, isn't it? And yeah, you just juggled down there. And then I thought, right, take it back off. Oh no, that's not coming off. And I don't want to heat it up. No, it's all together. So I'm going to play it safe, run the axle through it, and trim it down at this end. Because the important bit is right in the centre where the bearing's sitting. Because the bearing literally only sits in the centre. And then you've got space either side for the grease seals. Anyway, hacksaw, here I go. Right, it's coming on. I think I've saved it. Well, I haven't put the bearing in yet, but I think that's sorted. Whew. That wasn't as straightforward as I thought it was going to be, just buying supposedly the correct item off eBay and put the bearings in. Well, get a coat of paint, put the bearings in, but no, it weren't to be. But hopefully this is going to be okay. I'm just going to get a coat of paint on it, a real thin layer, just to make it respectable, and then get the bearings in there. Okay, I'm all ready to put bearings in that. It's just one of them days where there's a lot of things happening, a lot of things being organised, and yeah, I'm just trying to create something so you can at least see how the RM's going. They've had all the lads round, they've dropped the husky off. I've got to get that serviced before Sunday. Oil and brake pads and all that business. So yeah, I've had a few visitors, and Sam's been here to get a few updates on the RM. Oh yeah, it's now gone 7 o'clock at night, so I've got to try and at least get a little bit more done, because as I said earlier, I'm off tomorrow to sort the airbag module out for the van. Yeah. Sometimes you don't always get to just plough on with the jobs you want to. Anyway, let's see how we get on with these bearings. I'm saving the one we've put the insert in till last. I'm not ready for it to go wrong again just yet. Anyway, so we got a little bit of alloy there. That will sit inside there and keep all the needles in place, all the needle rollers. And that will go in there like so. Just double check I am putting the right one in there. Yes, I am. Just double check that, make sure. Oh, that's about right. because there's some like little wire clips got to go in there as well. Tiny bit more actually. Right, that's got that one. Right, I've just got these wire clips to put in. I've got the one in that side. There we go. Right, seals. Right, squeezing the next set in. Looking about right. And one in the other side. Oh, now we're getting places at last. Right, I'll just get the clips in and the seals in, and then we're going for that one. It's in. Just got to get it to the middle. Right, find another piece of material that just undersized to the brass that we put in there, so it pushes it in. This one just needs to go across a bit more. This has got to sit in the centre. A little bit more. It's looking about right, and it stays in at last. Well, that's the seals in. Whew. At last. I'll call that saved. Brilliant. Okay, moving on to the following day. Oh, I was getting a bit tired yesterday. There was a lot going on. I've just got back from Kettering. The airbag module is all sorted. So yeah. I've got an extra sticker on there. What's that say? If you had certain codes. Oh, it's just going on about make sure your battery's okay, because that's what does the damage. Well, that's okay. As you've seen, we've got a new battery. Right, I've got to kick this lot out. What I'm going to continue with today, hopefully get the swing arm in to the RM, and then that we'll call it a video. I'm going to go and put the battery on the van first and that airbag module back on, just to make sure it's okay, because then I can book that in for an MOT for next week, and that's that ticked off the list. Get the RM done. Obviously we're on to the weekend now, so I'm going to get this Husqvarna sorted. That is front and rear pads, gearbox oil, and I've got to sort the side stand out because that hasn't got a spring on it. So what he's been doing is just putting it up and put it into the retaining loop here, but he keeps forgetting, and then he's riding off with the stand dragging along, which eventually that's going to have you off. there doesn't seem really anywhere to put a spring. I'm guessing brackets have fell off, so I've got to sort that out. But that, we might cover that in another video, because the weekend's going to be getting some of these odd jobs sorted out so I can crack on with the Enfield wiring then. This is obviously little money earning jobs to keep things going, which I have to do. So anyway, let's go and sort this battery out for the van. Right, battery in, and airbag module, which is under there, all bolted in and plugged in. So get it covered back up. That's got to go under there. Right, I need two hands. There we go. And that under there. Right. Let's see if that airbag lights out. I hope it is. That needs a damn good clean. I'll tell you what, we'll shut all the doors as well, just in case it does anything else weird. Moment of truth. Can't get the steering lock off. What's going on here? There we are. It's been sat for a while. Oh, that turns over a bit quicker. Yes, it's gone. Right, put my seatbelt on, make sure that goes out. And I think that other one is the handbrake. Yep. Wow, that's been a while since that's been without all them lights. So we had engine management lights on because of the EGR valve, which I put a new one on. And we had the airbag light on, which had been on for ages. So all sorted. So I had all new back brakes, handbrake cables. I've gone through everything. Excuse me. So it should fly for the MOT now. I shall book that in later on today. Well, not take it later on today. I shall give them a call and get it in for next week. Tick. Done. Right, back onto some two wheels. Right. Time's moving on. It's been one crazy afternoon. It's getting really late now. What time is it? 9 o'clock at night. I've been having a right fight with that RM. I really have. So the bearing kit that came for the linkage and everything, I think it was for two different models. Reason being, we got several bits left over, and that's not in a bad way. I haven't missed anything. So like there's several different types of the bits that go through the bearings. We got different oil seals, and some stuff didn't fit at all. I've sort of had to utilize other things, I will say, and try and do the best as I can out of it. And I've been on to Fowler's as well, double checking stuff, because they've got sort of schematic drawings on there, and a lot of the linkage parts for this bike are now obsolete. Can't get them. So I've had to do a couple of things, and there's been people in and out and everything. So yeah, it's now 9 o'clock, and I'm just getting a bit of a free minute. Like I say, it's been crackers this afternoon, and I've just about broke the back of it. So I got my head down for a little bit just to catch up while I was on my own and no one else about. So I steamed ahead a little bit with it, to be honest. I do apologise, missing, you know, some bits and not covering every single detail, but I just had to get my head down and plough forward, and so the day weren't going to waste. Anyway, let's have a look. I've still got the linkage to put on. The swing arm's in. It's looking mighty fine. It's all good. Also, just got to put the linkage on. Yeah, some bits weren't adding up from some of the parts lists, the standard parts list. Like I say, a lot of it you can't get anymore. So I've had to have a good mess about trying to get everything right. What probably would have been, I don't know, a couple of hours work, it's turned into half a day and most of the evening. But hey, that's the way it goes sometimes with older bikes, I'm afraid. But I'm happy we've got there. Very pleased with how it's looking. So what I've got to do now, before I knock it on the head for the day, is get that linkage in. And I've cleaned all these bolts up best as I can. Yes, it would have been nice to put new ones in, but these are like 70-80 quid a go, because they've got grease nipples in, they're hollow for the grease to come through, and all the, you know, they're quite a specialist bolt, not just straightforward. So I've cleaned them up as best as I can, because we don't want to be spending that much on bolts. That would be just ridiculous. Actually, before I knock it on the head today, I might even start the service on that Husqvarna, because it's Friday evening and he's using that Sunday. So yeah, I'd rather put a little bit of effort in now than rather leave it to the last minute, because I've got to sort out the side stand on that. I might have mentioned that, because it hasn't got a spring on it, and I cannot see where a spring actually goes onto the frame, so I've got to figure something out with that. I reckon it's got things missing, but I'm sure we'll work something out. Anyway, let's get the linkage on this. Hopefully this is going to drop straight in now, because it has been a right pain, to be honest. It's all nice though, it all moves nice. This is, ooh, don't tip the bike off the bench. This is where you could do with two people. Which way is that going to go? Yeah, that way, I would say. Is it? Yeah. I've got to get, which one is it? That one. There's a grease nipple missing out of that bolt, so I've got to find one of them. I think it's M10. Probably by 1 or 1.25 by the look of it. I'll have to see what I can get. Come on. Oh, she's in. That's that one in. I'm balancing this bike on my shoulder. Just get all the bolts in for now. You'll probably see, I've greased all the bearings up obviously, but with these I can pump a load of grease into it as well when we're done. Oh, that's dropping nicely. And relax a minute. Oh no. Oh no, get that back out. The little cap fell off. Try that again. Come on, you went in there earlier when I was trying it on the bench. That's it. That's the one. Right. Ooh. It's getting hard again off the floor. I'm getting old. Oh, is that lined up? Let's, oh, that's close by to grab. Oh, don't do that. God, my heart stopped then. Don't do that. I'm too old for my heart stopping. It struggled to fire back up. Right, there we go. Well, that's everything. Last bolt. That's got it. Oh, solid. And no movement there. Brilliant. Swing arm bongs. Luckily, these look all right. They're not too bad at all. Yeah, they're good to go. I'm doing it again. In fact, you can stay off that now, where it's safe. Oh, that's better. Right, other side. And we're sorted. Next. Right. End the day with a brew. That's a good chunk of the RM done anyway, although, you know, it didn't go, well, it wasn't quite straightforward. And there's been a lot going on over the last couple of days, squeezing other things in, collecting stuff, you know, people turning up and so on. So it ain't always easy just to focus on doing a video. So my apologies, this video is a bit all over the place, isn't it? To be fair, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So yeah. It's getting late and I think I've just about got enough energy to put the pads in that Husqvarna. Yeah, it's nearly 10 o'clock. I think I'll do that and then that's less for me to do tomorrow. But I'm very happy with how the RM's looking. I am glad that swing arm job's done because that started to be a bit of a pain. It's looking all right. Hopefully. And I'm not going to say it, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying a word. It's all going to go really well. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a bit of wiring on the Enfield over the weekend, catching up with that. Like I say, it's been nice to get a few jobs out the way, especially the van. And I've got a lot of running around out the way as well, so we can get some focus done on the Enfield. This has got to be done and gone by tomorrow evening because he's using it Sunday. I'll say brake pads, gearbox oil, and I've got to try and figure something out with the side stand. You probably heard it dragging as I was pushing it in just then. So I think there's something missing off it. I can't see anywhere where we'd attach a spring around the frame area, so I'm going to have to figure something out. It's got an hole there, and I think normally these have like a little curved bracket coming off there, but I'll work something out. Even if I have to pop another hole in it, I've done that before and put a bolt in for the spring to sit further down, but I'll work it out. But he's been relying on the old rubber hoop there to hold the stand up, but sometimes he has forgot to pop the stand in that and rode off with it dragging, which is not always a good idea because that can fetch you off. So I'll get that sorted and he can have his bike back tomorrow night. Anyway, that'll do. I'm going to muster up the last bit of energy and at least get the pads in this I keep going to call it an RM. It's an Husqvarna. That's the one. Anyway, cheers for watching, guys. Take care.